Somewhere out there, a kid is drawing a square planet with crayons. Adorable. Also, physically impossible. Every planet, every star, every moon big enough to matter is a sphere. Let's find out why nothing gets to keep its corners. Picture a square planet for a second. It has corners, and corners are a problem, because gravity does not care what shape you started as. It only cares about pulling everything toward the center, evenly, from every direction. A corner sticks out. It's farther from the center than the flat parts are. So gravity has extra leverage on it, and slowly, relentlessly, drags it inward and down. Given enough mass and enough time, every high point gets dragged down and every low point gets filled in, until the whole object settles into the one shape, where every point on the surface is the exact same distance from the center. A sphere. This effect even has a very serious science name, hydrostatic equilibrium, which is a fancy way of saying gravity finally won the argument. But here's the part that surprises people. This isn't really about being round. It's about being big. Size is the actual trigger. Below a certain size, an object's own internal strength, the stiffness of its rock, is simply stronger than its gravity, so it can hold on to lumps, bumps, and corners forever. That's why an asteroid can look like a lumpy potato. It's not massive enough for its own gravity to matter. Rock is just stubborn enough to win. But pile on enough mass, roughly moon-sized and up, and the balance flips. Gravity finally overpowers the rock's strength, and the whole object gets slowly kneaded, like dough, into a ball. This is actually the official test for what counts as a planet or a dwarf planet. Are you massive enough that your own gravity crushed you into a sphere? Pluto passes. Most asteroids do not. And stars follow the exact same rule, just turned up to an almost unfair degree. The sun has so much mass and so much gravity that it is one of the roundest natural objects we know of. Even a giant, churning ball of superheated plasma has to obey the same rule as a rock. Enough mass always wins. There is no material in the universe stubborn enough to out-argue that much gravity. Now, quick honest footnote, because astronomy loves exceptions. Spin can stretch a sphere slightly, squashing it into an oval at the poles. That's actually why Earth bulges a little at the equator. A close binary star can get tidally stretched into an egg shape by its partner's gravity. And Saturn's tiny potato moons prove the rule by being the exception, too small for gravity to round them out. But notice the pattern. Every single exception is still basically a sphere with a slight squish, not a cube, not a pyramid. Nothing gets to keep hard corners. Corners always lose. Okay, now let's shrink all the way down to living things, because you would think biology plays by completely different rules. It really does not. Nature does build some genuinely sharp shapes, snowflakes, crystals, honeycomb. But zoom out to actual living creatures, and hard right angles almost completely disappear. Corners and flat edges are structurally weak. They concentrate stress into one tiny point, which makes them the first thing to crack, snap, or tear under pressure. Curves do the opposite. They spread force evenly across the whole surface, so nothing is the designated weak point, which is exactly why eggs, skulls, and turtle shells are curved instead of boxy. There's also a numbers game working in nature's favor. A sphere is the most efficient shape in the universe. It packs the maximum possible volume inside the minimum possible surface area. For a living thing, less outer surface means less heat leaking out and less precious water evaporating away. Rounder body plans are simply cheaper to run. That efficiency is also exactly why a curled-up hedgehog, or a pill bug rolled into a ball, is such a good defense. Predators get a smooth, hard sphere with no edge to grab and no corner to bite into. Movement rewards round shapes too. Water and air both flow more smoothly around curves, so fish, birds, and seeds all evolved streamlined, rounded bodies to cut through their world with less drag. So gravity rounds off planets and stars for one reason. Biology rounds off living things for three completely different reasons: strength, efficiency, and speed. Different mechanisms, wildly different scales, and yet they land on the exact same answer. Curves keep showing up because, again and again, across totally different fields of science, they are simply the shape that survives the longest, without breaking, wasting energy, or giving anything a corner to grab onto. So the next time you see a photo of a moon, or an egg, or a rolled-up hedgehog, you're not looking at a random accident. You're looking at the literal universe filing off every single corner it can find. And the reason your childhood drawing of a square planet was wrong isn't that it's ugly. It's that the universe genuinely will not allow it. Give it enough mass or enough time, and it always rounds off. If this rounded off your whole afternoon nicely, smash that like button, subscribe to Curious Doodle, and go find something in your house with a sharp corner. It's only a matter of time.